Hello. See if you can see me. I'm just going to pop this down slightly, just a little bit. All right. That's okay. All right. Okay, hello. Welcome. Nice to be teaching on a Sunday night. Feels like ages since I last did a class, even though it was only Wednesday, but there we go. Time doesn't exist in lockdown, it just seems to merge from day to day. Anyway, I hope everyone's feeling okay and they've had a nice weekend, as nice as it could have been in lockdown, whatever you've done. If you managed to enjoy the sun yesterday, I'm just going to wipe my mat, it's a little bit dirty. So we're going to start seated. So if you just want to get yourselves into a comfortable seated position on your mat, using either a block or a cushion or a rolled up towel or something up underneath your sitting bones so that your hips come higher than your knees. And just cross your legs, coming to your Sukhasana, your easy pose. We're going to be working into our backs this evening and our hearts, back bends and heart openers. So similar, if not the same sequence that we did on Wednesday night. So for those who are wanting a little bit more to try and progress a little bit more with that practice, then this will be perfect for you. For those who haven't done the practice before, haven't done the sequence, then just take your time, listen to your body. If you have any injuries or anything, just allow yourself to become aware of those and just don't push yourself too far. Just allow yourself to be comfortable in whatever postures we're moving into. So coming into your seated position, either bringing your palms to palms down on your knees, or you can have the palms facing upwards and the index finger and the thumb just to touch in a mudra, inviting a little bit more energy into your practice tonight. And just gently dipping the head, dipping the chin down towards the chest, closing your eyes, softening your gaze, allowing your jaw to soften, allowing your whole body to soften. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe roll them back and down. Allow your spine to lengthen as you sit up straight. Feel that lengthening through the back of the neck. And then feel the connection between your legs, so your feet, your shins, whatever's touching the mat. And then just feel the energy rebound through that connection and up through the body. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. In through your nose. And as you exhale, draw your navel back towards your spine, releasing the breath, and then engaging your Mula Bandha, your root lock, your pelvic floor. Inhale. One more time, release through the mouth. And then just coming to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Just want you to become aware of where you are on your mat. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of any aches and pains or niggles throughout your body. Just allow them to be. Accept them. Accept that they're there. And then as you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, allow your gaze to draw inwards. Allow your focus to come to rest between your eyebrows. And just imagine a bright light shining. It's not so bright that it doesn't hurt your eyes. It's just bright enough to fill you with courage, with joy, and with positivity that better things are to come. As you inhale through your nose, exhale and allow the breath to release from the body, and just draw your navel back towards your spine. Breathe in, allow your belly to rise and fill up with air. And then let it go through your nose, drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Breathing in, allow your abdomen to fill up with air. And breathing out, releasing the breath. Inhale, release. Bringing the breath up into the chest. As you inhale, allow the abdomen to rise and then send the breath up. Opening out through the collarbones, opening out through the chest, filling the lungs and the rib cage. And then releasing through your chest and through your belly. Inhale, belly rises, chest rises. The whole upper body fills with prana, vital life force and energy. And as you slowly release through your chest, your rib cage and your belly, just expelling any negativity, anything that no longer serves you. Breathe in. Picture that white light between the eyes as you send the breath all the way up to the crown of the head. And then slowly release the breath all the way back down as your navel draws towards your spine. One more time. Softening the shoulders, softening the jaw, softening all the upper torso and the body as your breath releases through the nose. Coming back to your regular rhythm of breathing, in through the nose and out through your nose. Take a moment again just to observe where you are on the mat. Observe the connection points between your body and the mat. And just observe that bright light between your eyes, between your eyebrows where your third eye center resides. If you want to set an intention for your class this evening, please feel free to do so. Maybe you want to send your energy to somebody who needs it more than you. Maybe you want to just send yourself some love, some positivity. We're going to be opening into the chest, the back, and the heart a lot this evening. So maybe love and light is a theme that we can go with. Gently bringing your hands to heart center. Just bow your chin slightly more towards your chest. Flutter open your eyelids and then lift your gaze. And we'll start to work into the body. So bring your hands back with your palms facing down on your knees. We're going to move into some seated cat-cow. So inhale, shine the heart forward, roll your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, round your back. Really draw those shoulder blades apart as your gaze comes down towards your feet. Inhale, arch your back, tailbone points towards the back of the room as your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cat. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to raise our hands above our head. And on our exhale, we're going to cactus our arms, bringing them out to the sides and shining our chest forwards with our gaze coming up towards the ceiling. Really trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together behind our back. Inhale, rise. Gaze comes up, palms back touch. Exhale, shine your heart through, cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Really feeling the lengthening, broadening across the front of your chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to inhale, raise our hands out to the side. And as you exhale, bring them behind your back. Clasp your palms together. And you're just going to draw your knuckles down towards the floor as you draw those shoulder blades together again. And shine your heart forwards, keeping your integrity in your spine. Gaze might become lifted slightly. As you exhale, release your grip. Inhale, lift your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to come into Gomukhasana arms. So if you just stay seated, I'm just going to swivel around so I can show you what we're doing. So inhale, bringing your arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, bring your right hand behind your back and allow your palm to face outwards with your fingers pointing upwards. As you inhale, raise your right hand. Exhale, bring it down. See if you can grasp on to your fingers behind your back. If you can't, don't worry. You can just place your palms maybe just however far apart they need to be. And then broadening across the chest, just feel that extension, feel the opening. Take a breath. Inhale, release. Bring your arms back to center and exhale in the opposite direction. So right hand comes behind, palm faces outwards, fingers towards the ceiling. Left hand comes over and see if you can grab hold of your right fingers with your left. And then again, just draw your shoulders back and down and lengthen through the front of the chest. Feeling that nice opening. Inhale, raise your hands to shoulder height. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And we'll roll over into our tabletop position. So if you do have a block underneath your sit bones, then just remove the block and then whatever way is comfortable to you, come over into your tabletop. Placing your hands flat on the mat underneath your shoulders, really open your fingers wide, grounding down into your mat. Knees are about hip distance apart, stacked underneath your hips. Back is flat. We'll move into our cats and cows. Inhale, arch the spine, tailbone lifts towards the ceiling, gaze faced up, shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, bring and tuck the tailbone under as you round the back, gaze comes towards your knees. Inhale into your cow. Exhale to your cat. Pushing through the tops of your feet. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round spine. Push the mat away into your cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale all the way back to center. We're going to ground down through the top of the left foot. As you inhale, to lengthen your right leg out long, flexing your right foot. As you exhale, round your back. Tuck your tailbone under and bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. This time as you lengthen, ground down through your right hand and extend your left arm. Exhale, bring your left elbow to your right knee. Rounding your back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Planting the hands back down as you inhale to lengthen your right foot leg, placing your foot on the floor with the ball of your foot on the floor. We're going to move into a mini side plank. So we're just going to bring the knee slightly inwards, and we're going to ground down through our right hand and inhale to raise our left hand high, really shining our heart forwards. Exhale, release the hand. Bring your leg back into center and we'll thread the needle on this side. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left arm comes down to the floor, shoulder and side of the face come down to the floor, and you twist onto this side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. We'll repeat on the left. As you inhale, lengthen your left leg out. Exhale, knee to nose. Keeping your hands grounded down into the mat. Top of the foot is grounded into the mat also. Rounding that back, tucking that tailbone under as your knee comes towards your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen your left leg. And then as you do so, lengthen your right arm at the same time. Exhale, draw your right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your hand. And then we're just going to step back with our left foot, planting the ball of the foot into the mat. We're going to swivel slightly on our right leg and then ground down into our left hand as we inhale to rise that right arm high, and just feel a little bit of a twist as you push your chest forwards, opening the front of your body out towards the ceiling, but also having that twist in your body. Exhale, release your hand. Bring your knee back to center. Release your other knee. And we're going to inhale to raise our right hand high. Exhale, bring it through to thread the needle on this side, planting the side of the face down on the floor. Inhale, raise your hand high. Exhale, plant it down on the floor. Now we're going to move into Anahatasana, our puppy dog pose, extended puppy dog pose. Keeping the tops of your feet flat into the floor and your hips stacked above your knees. You're going to walk your hands forwards. And as you do, lengthening out your spine, bringing your chest down towards the floor so that you really feel the opening across the shoulder blades, across the top of the back, and through the front of the chest. Now, don't worry if your head doesn't come to the floor at this point. You can use a block or a cushion or a towel, anything to prop your forehead up. What you want to be trying to do is get your chest to come down onto the floor so that you're really getting a nice opening across the back. Take a minute here. 2 breaths. And then slowly pull your hands back into your tabletop position. And we'll come into our plank. So spreading those fingers wide. Maybe your hands come to the outer edges of your mat if you have tight shoulders. We're going to lengthen the left leg and plant the balls of the feet. And then we're going to lengthen the right leg, planting the balls of the feet so that all 5 toes are pushed into the floor. Heels are pushing back towards the back of the room. Bottom is almost in line with the shoulders. Upper body is slightly rounded. Shoulders are stacked over our wrists. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths. Gaze comes towards the top of your mat. Exhale. Take an in breath. And then as you exhale, send your tailbone high into a downward facing dog. Drawing your heels down towards the floor, external rotation in your upper arms. Slight bend in your knees if you need to. Gaze comes towards your feet. Ears in line with your biceps. If this is your first downward facing dog of the day, just pedal your feet out, lifting one heel, lifting the other. Allowing some movement into those hamstrings. And then come to a place of stillness in your down dog. Take a minute. As you inhale, come back into your high plank. Ground through your fingers. Gaze comes towards the top of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Try and keep the hands and the feet in the same position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, I want you to tiptoe towards the front of your mat. Gentle bend in your knees as you do so. Creeping towards the front of the mat and landing your Uttanasana, your forward fold. So, feet can be either hip distance apart or big toes to touch. Gentle bend in your knees so that your chest can come to your thighs. Tailbone lengthens towards the ceiling. Try and avoid a rounding in the back. Gaze comes towards your feet, head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands either at your shins or on the floor or touching something. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, straight spine. Bring your arms all the way above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll run through some modified sun salutations to start working into the back. Coming into your Tadasana, mountain pose, big toes to touch. Slither air in between your heels. Allow yourself to ground down through all 4 corners of your feet. Take a moment to engage through the thighs, engage through the glutes. Imagine you're squeezing something together between your thighs. Roll your shoulders back and down. As you inhale, exhale through your mouth. Inhale, raise your hands high, palms will touch. Relax your shoulders. As you exhale, cactus your arms, engage through your glutes, push your hips forward and push your chest forward. Your gaze might come up towards the ceiling or it might just stay wherever is comfortable for your neck. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Hands come to the floor, head hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, but step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, lower down through your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest down onto the floor, keeping your elbows in at your rib cage. Plant the tops of your feet into the floor. As you inhale to rise into your low cobra, your Bhujangasana. Keep your bottom ribs on the floor here. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. This time, maybe you want to come up a little bit further to deepen into that back bend. Exhale, slowly release. We're going to come into Sphinx. So bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders, planting your forearms on the floor, palms facing down, fingers pointing towards the top of the room or the top of your mat. Gaze comes further forward than your mat. As you inhale, just to push and lift your chest slightly off the floor, really ground down through the tops of your feet. As you come into your Sphinx, draw your shoulders back and down. Gentle back bend. Exhale, lower. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Draw your elbows in towards your rib cage. Inhale. Push down through your mat. Come into your Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower. Now, optional to go into an upward facing dog here. So if you're quite happy to stay in your cobra like this, then just do this. But if you want to come into upward facing dog, then come with me. We're going to ground down through the tops of the feet, grounding down through your hands as you inhale to rise, lifting your thighs off the floor, shoulders back and down, upward facing dog. Exhale from your cobra or your upward facing dog into your down dog. Draw your heels towards the floor, bending the knees. Remember, if you have tight hamstrings, take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, and we're going to walk to the top of the mat, landing in our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come above the head, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, raise those hands high. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming back into your Tadasana. Move through a modified sun salutation, B. Inhale, sink your hips down, coming into your chair, your Utkatasana. Draw your rib cage in, your navel comes back towards your spine, tailbone lengthens towards the floor. Weight in your heels, make sure you can see your toes over your knees. Maybe shift your weight back so your toes lift off the floor. Then placing down. Biceps in line with the ears if that's comfortable. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here. If you have Chaturanga in your practice, go through Chaturanga now. If not, come through knees, chest, and chin, all the way down onto the floor. So inhale. Exhale through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. As you inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, left leg comes high. Right leg comes high. As you exhale, bring your right foot through. Plant it in between your hands. And then drop your left foot coming into your warrior one as you inhale. So grounding down through your back little toe. Hips are pointing forwards. Front knees bent. Arms are raised if this is comfortable to do so. You can bring them to cactus shape if you like, because we're going to back bend here. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're just going to slightly lift our gaze to the ceiling for a gentle back bend in our warrior one. Inhale, lengthen those arms high, keeping that bend in the front knee. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, raise our hands high. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, clasp them, draw your shoulders away from your ears, shine that heart forwards, take an in-breath to prepare. As you exhale, ground down through your left little toe and fold over your front thigh into your humble warrior. Take a breath here. As you inhale, come all the way back up into your warrior one. And then exhale, move into your warrior two. So pivot on that back foot. Maybe you want to widen your stance slightly. Front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Torso is straight. Front knee is bent. Gaze is down your right middle finger. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Take an in-breath. Exhale. Inhale, reach forward, flip the front palm. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Ground down through your left little toe once more. Keep that bend in your front knee. Gaze comes up towards your right fingers. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up to standing. As you release your leg, bringing your hands to your hips, setting up for your Trikonasana. Bring your arms shoulder height. Inhale forwards. Exhale, Trikonasana. Right arm comes down, left arm comes high, gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Shift your hips forwards and back. So your left hip goes back, your right hip comes forwards. Breathe here. Inhale to come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, warrior two. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, come into your extended side angle. Left arm comes above your head. Gaze comes up towards those fingers, really broadening out across the front of your chest. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, pivot on your left foot to come into a high lunge as you inhale. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant your hands down on the floor. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come all the way back into your plank. Then we're going to come down all the way onto the floor through Chaturanga. If you don't have Chaturanga in your practice and you don't want to go here until maybe you have a teacher right in front of you, then come down onto your knees and then lower your chest all the way down onto the floor. We're going to come into locust, or Salabhasana. So planting the tops of your feet into the floor. Bringing your arms by your sides, palms facing down, fingers are pointing towards your feet. Gaze comes just beyond your mat. Take a minute to just settle here. And then on your next inhale, I want you to push down to the tops of your feet. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and lift your chest off the floor. Shine your heart forwards. Exhale, lower your chest back down. If you want to take your feet off the floor, then bring your toes to touch. As you inhale, lift your chest, shoulders push down away from your ears. Exhale, lift your feet. Coming into your full Salabhasana. Gaze comes forwards. Try not to compromise the neck. Stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Bring your palms underneath your head. Give your hips a little rock from side to side. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll move through upward facing dog or Bhujangasana and go straight to downward facing dog. So either upward facing dog and then downward facing dog, or Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lovely. Take an in-breath here. As you inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring that right foot through. Inhale into your high lunge here. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lift those hands high. We're going to move into warrior three. Shift your weight into your front leg. As you exhale, to come up onto your right foot, grounding down through your right foot, lengthening out your standing leg, flexing the foot on your left leg. Hips are squared. Warrior three with aeroplane arms. Take a breath. Stay for one more. And then as you begin to rise, bending gently in that front knee, bringing your left knee up into your one-legged Tadasana. Now you can keep your leg here if you like. We are going to move into, don't worry if you wobble. We are going to move into dancer. So from here, if you want to give it a shot, then bring your right hand to your right hip, and then just let your left leg and your left heel come towards your bottom. Bring your left hand out to the side. Allow your palm to face forwards. And then just allow your palm to grip onto the inside of your foot so that your thumb is touching your big toe. Sorry, I can't have my words out today for some reason. And then just allow yourself to be still. Find your drishti, find your focus point. Inhale, raise your right hand high. And then as you exhale, I want you to kick away your left foot. Kick that foot into your left hand. Keep your chest shining forwards into your lovely back bend, strong through your right standing foot. So remember, keeping that drishti, that focus point. You want to avoid coming all the way down. I can't keep my balance now, I've lost my focus. But you want to avoid your chest coming all the way down. You want to try and keep your chest open. This is a back bend, as much as it is a balance. Right arm high. Lovely. When you're done, you feel like you can't hold it any longer. Exhale, bring your knee back towards the floor. Your foot comes down towards the floor. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so we'll go through that on the left-hand side. Have a drink if you need to. Set back in and check back in with your body. Check back in with your intention if you made one at the start of the class. Big toes together. Slither there in between your heels. Palms facing forwards, Tadasana. Inhale to rise. Exhale, back bend. Cactus those arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, we're going to sink down into our chair. You can either bring your palms to your hands to heart center. Really lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor here. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Crown of the head reaches forwards. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step back into your high plank. Take an in breath. Exhale, lower through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, roll over the toes or bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring your left foot all the way through, plant it between your hands. Drop your back foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Ground your back little toe into the floor as you inhale to rise into your warrior 1 on this side. Virabhadrasana 1. Arms come above the head. Take a minute to inhale, set yourself up here. As you exhale, cactus your arms, gentle back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale, rise. As you breathe out, bring your arms behind your back, clasp your hands together, draw your shoulders back and down, shine your heart through your chest. Inhale. As you release, hinging at your hip, coming all the way onto your thigh into your humble warrior. Gaze comes forward, take an in breath. Let it go. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Release your grip, and as you exhale, windmill your arms over into your Virabhadrasana 2. I'm going to turn around. So setting yourself up for your warrior 2. Left foot is pointing forwards. Left heel in line with your right arch of your foot. Come down into your lunge on this side. Ground down through your little toe. Arms at shoulder height, torso straight. Gaze down your left middle finger. Take a minute here. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Gaze comes up towards your fingers. Keep that bend in the front knee. Inhale to rise. Exhale, straighten out your front legs, setting up for your Trikonasana. Heel toe your back foot in slightly. Inhale, reach forward with your left hand. As you exhale, bring your left arm down, right arm comes above your head. And then draw your shoulders back and down. Shine your heart through. Inhale to rise. Exhale, warrior two. As you inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, extended side angle. Take a moment here. Draw your right hip back. Allow your chest to come and point towards the ceiling. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot on your right foot. As you inhale to lift your hands high, coming into your high lunge. Exhale, cactus your arms, gentle back bend. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, step back into your high plank. Take an in breath here. Exhale through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Remember, you can bend into your knees if you need to, in order to lengthen your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Inhale all the way back into your plank. And then either exhale through Chaturanga to bring your body down to the floor, or through knees, chest, and chin. We'll set up for locust once more. Pushing the tops of your feet into the floor. Gaze comes just beyond your mat. Palms are flat down. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift your arms off the floor. This might be as far as you want to go. That's fine. Exhale, lower. Inhale this time, lift your chest. And then gently lift your legs as well. Coming into that lovely back bend. Stay for 2. For 1. Release. Bring your palms underneath your forehead. Just allow your forehead to rest on your palms. And then just rock your hips side to side gently, easing off your lower back. And then we're going to come back up into downward facing dog through either your Bhujangasana and bending your knees, tucking your toes and sending your tailbone high, or through your upward facing dog, whichever variation you prefer. So inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, or just send your tailbone into the air for your downward facing dog. Take a minute, reconnect, take a breath. As you inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot forwards in between your hands. As you inhale into your high lunge on this side, exhale, back bend. Inhale, raise your hands high. We're going to shift our weight forward into our warrior 3, our Virabhadrasana 3 on this side. So grounding down through your front leg. As you inhale to prepare. As you exhale, shift your weight forwards, grounding and strengthening, lengthening through your standing left leg, flexing your right foot, arms come behind you into an airplane, draw your shoulders back and down, warrior 3. Stay for 2, for 1. And as you exhale, gentle bend in your left knee, bringing your right foot and your right knee all the way up to your chest, setting up for your dancer on this side. Take a moment just to prepare yourself here. Hips shining forwards, grounding down through your left leg. Bringing your right foot towards your right bum cheek. Your right hand and your right palm is facing outwards. And then just place your right thumb on your right big toe. So you're gripping it from the inside. Inhale to raise your left hand high. Find your drishti, find your focus point. As you exhale, push your foot back into your right hand, allowing that nice gentle back bend, allowing your shoulder to draw away from your ear. As you lift your chest and lift your heart towards the ceiling, finding that nice back bend. Maybe one day your foot will come above your head. But for now, just go with it. Whatever you feel is comfortable. Here is all right. That's fine. Here is okay as well. Whatever's nicest for you this evening. And then when you've finished in your dancer, just bring your leg gently back down into your Tadasana. Inhale, rise. Let it go into your back bend. Inhale, lengthen Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely, guys. Well done. We're just going to move down into our onto the floor. So take a drink if you want to. Coming back to standing in your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Your big toes to touch with a slither of air in between your heels. Take a minute just to set back in with your intention. Set back in with the energy. Feel the energy through your body. Allow your feet to ground down. Allow that energy to rebound through your legs, energizing and switching on everything from your thighs to your core, to your shoulders as you roll them back and down. Gaze comes forwards. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, I want you to swan dive those hands down, bending and folding your hips over your thighs. Uttanasana, forward fold, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into your high plank. And then just inhale into your downward facing dog. Take a minute here. Well, not a minute, take 2 breaths. Before you inhale to lift your toes, lift your heels, bend your knees, and then you can either jump or step through to seated. Once you're here, just make yourself comfortable and remove the fleshy bits from underneath your bottom if you need to, so that your sit bones can ground into the floor. And we're just going to take a couple of twists on each side just to ease off the lower back quite a bit. We've done quite a lot of back bends, but we are going to go into one last one before we move down into our Shavasana. So just bringing your right hand forward and your left hand behind. We're just going to take an inhale to lengthen through the body. Exhale to twist to the left. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. Just a gentle bend, a gentle twist. Then come all the way back to center. We're going to repeat on the right side. So right hand comes behind, left hand comes forward. Inhale to lengthen, straight spine. Exhale just to twist, releasing that lower back. And then coming all the way back to center. We're going to move through Navasana, down onto the floor for our final posture. One last little back bend. So just rocking back slightly onto your tailbone, well, not your tailbone, your sit bone. And then allowing your chest to shine forwards, keeping those shoulders back and down. If it feels comfortable, you can lift your legs, pointing your toes, palms and fingers facing towards the front of the room. And then we're just going to ease ourselves down by lengthening out our legs and uncurling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way onto the floor. Now, when you reach the mat, just allow yourself a second to connect to the mat. Don't take too many movements. Try and avoid bringing your knees in towards your chest. It's a natural movement that you want to make, but that could compromise the lower back. So try and avoid doing that. If you feel like you need to rock your hips from side to side, then you can do so here. And then we're just going to move into our bridge posture. So from lying down, bend your knees and bring the heels closer into your bottom. Planting your palms on the floor with your arms lengthened down the side of your body. Just going to feel the connection between the mats here. I want you to really ground down through the tops, sorry, not the tops of your feet, through the soles of your feet. Just feeling that connection between the mat. And then take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, just push down through the mat with the soles of your feet and begin to lift your hips off the floor and shining them towards the ceiling. Stay here if this feels comfortable in your bridge posture. You can maybe move the shoulders underneath the back slightly for a little bit of a deeper variation. And then taking a breath before gently releasing one bit of the spine at a time, all the way onto the floor. Amazing. Bringing your feet out wide, allowing your knees to touch, and then just gently rock your knees from side to side. If you wish to, we're going to come into a supported bridge posture. So you can place your hands underneath your back, or you can grab a block or something to put underneath it. And then if you do want, we're going to move into full wheel. So it's up to you if you want to come there. If not, you can just continue doing the bridge posture. All right. Setting up once more for our bridge, or supported bridge, drawing your heels close to your bum. Palms can face down this time, or they can just rest wherever's comfortable for you, because we're just going to draw shoulders underneath our back slightly. Ground down through your feet as you inhale. As you exhale, lift your hips towards the ceiling, and then maybe clasp your hands underneath your back, drawing your shoulders once more underneath your back, and then trying to push your knuckles down towards your feet. Toes are pointing forwards, hips are shining up towards the ceiling. Really try and lift your hips as far as they can go. Maybe your chin just dips slightly down towards your chest to support your neck. Or if you want, if this is too strong for you, you can always just keep those arms flat on the floor, or you can bring your hands underneath your back to support your lower back. Whatever is most comfortable for you to do in this posture. Stay for 2. For 1. And then if your shoulders are underneath your back, just gently remove them, allowing your spine to come back down to the floor. Bring your feet wide toward the edges of your mat once more, knees to touch, and just windmill, or windscreen wiper, I should say, your knees back to the left and the right. And if you want to come into full wheel, we're going to go there now. But if you don't want to do that this evening, then that's fine. You can just stay in your bridge posture, your supported bridge posture, or you can just maybe have some constructive rest by coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Try and avoid just bringing your knees into your chest though this time, because we will do that just before we go into Shavasana. So if you're coming into full wheel, bringing your heels closer in towards your bottom, really grounding down through your feet, bringing the palms of your hands flat on the floor, close to your ears, with your fingers pointing down towards your heels. Take an inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we push up and ground down through our feet, ground down through our hands, and lift and shine our heart and our hips. up towards the ceiling. Soft, try and stay soft in those shoulders. Try and stay soft in the body. Take an in breath. And whenever you're ready, release yourself from the posture, gently bending the knees, placing the back of the head on the floor, chin to chest, allowing the spine to come down onto the floor. Once more, bring your arms out wide, bring your feet to the edges of your mat, knees to touch, and just allow your hips to sway from side to side. Well done if you attempted full wheel. Can be a little bit of an intense posture, especially on a Sunday night. But you know, we all need a few back bends in our lives, so. And then just come to stillness and bring your legs out long. Allow yourself to just take 2 breaths while you're laid on your back here. Feeling all the energy from those back bends that we've done, those chest openers, heart openers. And then bringing your right knee in towards your chest. Just give it a gentle hug. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Bring your right arm out long or to a cactus shape, depending on how much room you have. Take an inhale to prepare here. And as you exhale, I want you to guide your right knee over to the left, keeping your right shoulder grounded, and your gaze might come over your right shoulder towards your right elbow or your right fingers. Just feel the lower back here easing off on the right hand side. Doesn't matter how far you can get your toes or your knee. And then gently releasing, bring your gaze back to center, allowing your leg to come back down long. And then bring your left leg in towards your chest. Give your left leg a little bit of a hug. Right hand comes over left knee, left arm comes out to either a cactus position, or you can extend it fully depending again how much room you have. Take an in breath to prepare. Release the breath and then guide your left leg over to the right hand side, keeping your left shoulder grounded into the mat and feeling the nice easing off of the left side of your lower back here. Again, it doesn't matter how far your foot or your knee comes down. And moving all the way back to center. Release your leg back down to the floor, and then this is the moment we've been waiting for. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Maybe you want to rock from side to side, feeling like you deserve that nice counter posture from all the back bends that you've done. If you want to bring your knees in closer, you can. Whatever movement feels comfortable for you now. Even if you want to take a happy baby, if that feels all right, to lengthen your spine out towards flat on the mat. Maybe rock from side to side. And then in your own time, just release your legs. Allow your legs to go long. Allow your feet to hang out to the sides. Allow your back, especially your lower back, to just release all the way down onto the mat. Bringing your arms out towards the sides of your body if that's comfortable. You can place them on your stomach, wherever you feel is nice for you. Allow your shoulders to just shuffle down away from your ears. Bring your chin into your chest slightly, just to extend through the back of your neck. Soften your jaw. Soften your gaze. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release through your mouth. This is your Shavasana. If you want to stay in your Shavasana for an extended period, I'm aware that the essence might need to linger a little bit longer. If you want to, just stay where you are. Allow yourself to come back to that light in between your eyes and just breathe. For those coming out of Shavasana, just find that light. Recognize that it's there, and it always has been there, and it always will be there. Allow yourself to become aware of the light around you, aware of the light in your chest, your heart, and just make some gentle movements in your fingers and your toes. Maybe you want to rotate your wrists and your ankles. If you want to give yourself a full body stretch, you feel like you deserve it this evening, just bring your arms above your head, stretching out, pointing your toes, flexing your toes, and then in your own time, bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a huge hug, and then rock gently over to your right hand side. And then using your left hand to gently guide you back up into your Sukhasana, your easy seated posture. Just allowing yourself to settle here for one moment. Keeping your gaze soft and your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Allow your thumb to rest on your sternum. Just feel the light radiating from your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release through your mouth. One more time, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your thumbs to rest in between your eyebrows. Again, feeling the light emanating from your third eye center. Thank you for practicing with me this Sunday evening. The light inside of me honors the light inside of all of you. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in once more. Quite a strong practice. Go have a rest. Take your time getting up. And yeah, I will see you on Wednesday night. So try and have a nice rest of your Sunday evening. I know that there's supposed to be an announcement pretty soon on lockdown, so we'll see what happens there. But any feedback, any questions, anything, just please send me a message. And yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks for joining in. Take care. Bye.